hasn't happened yet for Vitality.
Well, it's certainly a big accolade to claim, and one way to book yourself into that grand final for Vitality. They'd be looking fantastic, and Zeiss put it best. Let's see if Safe can continue his run, because he's been looking unbelievable in most games. I saw him after the last game. I said, congratulations, you're absolutely sick. Keep in mind, last 2 maps, he was 20-9 at one stage, and he said, yeah, man, I sucked on that first map. It's just the kind of mentality
Never good enough,
has.
never good enough. Well, we've seen similar things from Miniboo recently. I think it's just that superstar mentality. I'd say as well that the player that's been impressing me has been Trex. Like, I think he has truly been unbelievable on an individual level. And also we saw some massive step-ups from Hiro as well, that new boy on the block. So I think a lot to be excited for going into this series and kicking it off on the choice of Fnatic Sunset. One we expect them to win, but already it's going to be that first kill traded out, even.
Yeah, nice nade. Paranoia, though, has caught Chronicle, and now he's in a lot of trouble with Sender picking him up. But a response from Durka drops the spike. Side angle's good. Managed to keep this neck and neck with Safe tagged low. A good position until Boaster falls. Now the pressure's all on Durka's shoulders, and the cam has certainly revealed his position. Tries to isolate the fight up top, but the swing is a little quicker from Safe. Catches the angle. The wall bang to start us off 1-0.
Gaps in form on this map and then come right back, not changing the composition. Okay, a player's changed, but I don't think anybody was sat there going, oh no, Leo's the problem. I don't think that's ever been said in a competitive environment.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, especially around this A main control for Vitality, that's where the struggles are when you don't have the Viper wall round after round blocking out control on your attack, right? So now they're going to do that differently. You already see Shrouded Steps used to cross over towards this door. It was opened up and the players filtered out of the angle afterwards. Now considering a move back, and that might just get the gears going. Alfajer's down, C-site wide open for the taking, and Fnatic, well, they'll have to respond to this in some way. For now, it's going to be Chronicle playing close to that site, B pretty much open. The players on A, though, you don't want to stay 3 stacked up on A thinking the hit's on the other side, but that draws them into open combat, and Vitality are coming ahead. A lot of kills, and now both players from Fnatic split on completely opposite sides of the map.
I feel like this has been a common theme over the last few days, that Vitality have done amazingly well in their bonus rounds. Hero hoping for a bit of a miracle, and even Chronicle's rotation, and unless somehow Runner's going to fall in the mix of all this, he's not going to be able to get past the trips. So I think it just has to be a save at this point from Fnatic, just holding on to those remaining weapons. And yeah, Vitality have started this off fantastically well.
Big factor is Runner. Just finding that kill on C is what forces the fight on A, as those players try to both cross over, move towards B, create a bit more space on the map, but also they're just looking. Is there anyone still outside A? Is that where the hit's coming in? They lose their players as a result. Now, hunting down these rifles seems to be the play for Vitality. They've lost 1 man in the process, but a worthwhile trade, stripping weapons from Fnatic's hands, leaving Chronicle presumably to safely save this one. I mean, unless Runner's going to live up to his name. He is walking towards him. He's about to swing the angle. They're going to have a...
I think Alpha's been someone in great form recently. I can't say I expect this to last too long. And while Boaster under serious pressure.
Yeah, I like this nade thrown through to try and root him from position. He's very low, but making it away with the cover of Hiro. 2 kills, and there it is, traded right back. It's Sender stepping up to equalize numbers. Now damage is being sustained. Vitality have lost a lot of health on Sender and a little bit on Trex, with rifles still to fight with. There's a good chance for Fnatic to get back into this round, but now they've lost Chronicle. The head peak angle proving favorable for Vitality. Sender up top of the smoke, not covering the angle, and Dirk is able to exploit one showstopper now online, ready to be used, and it might be dispensed in this round, although the 1 versus 2, harder to find that value.
Jump down. He knows where Trex is, but Sender's position is still completely unaware for him. Even wary that he's somehow wrapped around back past him. Both players now going to be spotted, but it's too little too late. Sender with another big round.
Surprisingly, with the low economy, I see Sender going into a smoke, playing close, and he is taken down by Boaster easily.
Yeah, maybe not expecting anybody to just run directly through it, but they'll take that all day long. Even trying to be careful in case there's anybody to try and defend that gun, but it is going to be retrieved. Hiro will hold on to that for now, and he's been good so far. It's one of the first times we've really seen the man advantage kick off in Fnatic's favor. Obviously, as we said, the weaponry is still not the best, but with a man advantage, Showstopper, and Nightfall, this round is very much doable.
Yeah, it's the Showstopper, man. That's a big difference here. You've got 2 rifles to take fights, and you're going to be very keen to play a retake if needed, because Showstopper's going to light the path right back into a site. For Vitality, well, they need to secure that spike plant. They know Fnatic aren't going to be keen to take a ton of fights before that occurs, although I do see Boaster. Like, he started this one out with an aggressive play, an uncouth one, walking straight through the smoke and finding himself a kill. Well, he stays on the A site, ready to weather the storm that comes his way. Vitality, though, are moving into B. Well, at least it seemed that way. Durka probably even had that information after the broken door. With him down, they might commit to it. Information about to be found. With the hat off the head, and Trax is ready to strike. The surprise position of Boaster, serving no purpose in the end.
And Safe's quickly come in to try and defend his teammate. Again, the patience of Vitality, leaving it to the late round, has worked out wonderfully. Unfortunately, it's just that aggressive position of Durka that ends up catching them. It reveals everyone else on the map, gives the gap to Trax. And although it's definitely not going to go down in history as his prettiest spray, the job got done in the end. For Alfia and Chronicle, or more so Alfia, there's a question of whether or not you just hold on to these guns, but it seems like they're going to try and challenge this. Yet to get off the mark, and well, there we go. First kill for Alpha. The time not too far gone. They could challenge this. The problem is just the amount of utility, the amount of players. Another one for Alpha, and already Chronicle's just sticking it, trying to hold it the whole way. But Trex will make sure that it doesn't get too far out of control.
He wants someone to move towards that door. He wants to hear the shrouded step or even the door begin to open, and then he will convert that for a kill. For now, though, the opportunity not being given, he's seconds away from taking that spray. And if he does, you can see it's lined right up. He's toying with the idea. But no, and a big hit about to come in on the C site. You can see Vitality, 4 players stacked up. I'm not sure if they'll commit to it. Maybe the idea is to strip some of that utility early on.
Well, they've already got rid of the alarm bot. Every other piece is gone as well. Only the turret remains on the B site, but yeah, it does seem like they're going to start falling back, looking to potentially group back up. And the thing is, right now, Fnatic have gone from very aggressive, like you saw even the jump spot coming in on C before, you saw aggressive A site takes, to absolutely nothing. You can somewhat see why Vitality are just almost sat there waiting for someone to make a move. Runner, he's actually just stood in the snake bite, just seeing if he can find anything on the back of it, trying to really sell this idea. But now that Odin comes into play, Sender, just 5 HP. They've got 20 seconds to make their move. I think they might try and double back into B, but it is getting quite late.
Yeah, B's definitely the right play. Showstopper has been activated, but not to find a target. Never mind. It was the 5 HP player that's taken down. 10 seconds left. Spike on its way towards the site. Boaster could get in here to deny. Actually already caught the player that's flanking, and there's the kill! The round on the back of it! Fnatic, only the clock left to tick down, and players too far away to be killed. A big play by Boaster, and that's the first in the board.
Every single round. They are all sat back.
It's a hyper passive play. Again, they're just looking to punish some of the moves that Vitality are making. There is a lot of space given on C, like the fact that there's no mound fight, but Fnatic can be pretty happy about that. If they were to scrap for mound, you're running right into Runner, who's got an operator to play with. And plenty stacked up outside this choke point, but for Fnatic, they've made the right read. Passive play on A, B covered by a turret, 3 players stacked up ready for C.
This as well, they're so passive because they know there's a Rolling Thunder. Look at where they placed the nanos. They're just to try and slow them down and almost go back in for the retake. So that Rolling Thunder is going to have absolutely no impact.
Other than the crowd control to keep them off site in the first place, but the fact they're so ready and willing to crunch back in, they're not even on the site. Blocked out by smokes as Chronicle finds 2. And Alpha trading out the operator. Now it's tough for Vitality. They'll need to dig deep, and that they've done. Trex and Kicks equalizing it. Those shots are so close. Kicks is crouched, trapped in by a snake bite, and the nade comes to hunt him down. Some damage on the wall banks as Trex all alone. Just up against Durka, swapped out to the Vandal up top. It's a crazy play, but he won't be punished. Not yet, and Trex is down to the classic. Durka's won it. Somehow, he's gotten away with it.
Again, like,
might pay the price here, Tom. We'll have to see. That's the spray I was talking about. That's exactly the one. Boaster's doing it time and time again. Now Durka takes up the mantle. A gorgeous spray. Safe and Sender tagged extremely low, and it ain't gonna stop there. It's a kill. It's coming. No, he doesn't continue the spray. 23 bullets. Oh, a little bit off, but the damage done, and Vitality's early idea to go fast towards A is now stopped. It's
I think
halted
he tried
completely.
to bait him with the reload, because he reloaded, switched away, and then spammed just a little bit more.
It could be.
Mind games. Odin mind games. That's the place we've got to. I hate it here. We're going back to the B side, though, for Vitality. A couple of players already waiting. The main going to be Chronicle. One away from the Viper's pit, but it seems like he's also making the move back towards that C side. So a plant seemingly inevitable.
I don't think there's much to deny this. The side of Fnatic. They have got a lockdown for the fight back into the B site, and I think that's going to be... Yeah, here it is. Alfajer dropping the lockdown. For Vitality, fighting forward into that is not going to be ideal. They don't know how much they're running into, so they got to find a safe haven, and it's towards the broken door. 3, make that 4 players there. 1 inside of main for Trex, and the defuse already halfway. Some utility thrown through that will certainly delay, but they have to win their fights afterwards. This is where the real trouble begins, and, well, that ult is not going to be fully committed. They've tapped it. Here comes the big swing, but all guns from Fnatic are trained on the choke point. Every kill found. The defuse across the line. Question is, will these players carry their stingers forward? I'm not sure they'll want to. And there you've seen this a couple of times. Nade, though, on the same old spot. The utility isn't. Fnatic have switched it around, so it'll avoid any of that early damage from the Raze util. The spams also keep the nano online. It is an ambitious spot to be in with an Odin, I will say. Behind the door, you at least have the environmental armor.
See, are you using the word ambitious for bad?
Yes.
Okay.
I am.
Just wanted to check.
Yeah, I'm not
I know
certain.
you're a fan of the gun, but I just want to...
Oh, I like it, and I like using it behind a wall, but rubble maybe isn't the correct wall to do that on.
Yeah, you don't think you can wall back.
It's a little too thick. But, you know, as a snake in the grass, look, every round, Durka's been in tree. Every single round. So where do you think he is this round, if you're Vitality? You probably think he's in tree. You've even heard the Odin spraying away. So now they try to focus. Oh, no, they've seen him. So never mind.
Yeah.
The element of surprise out the window. I thought Boaster could bait for him instead. Yeah, why not? Just swing them with the Odin. What is this? I take back everything I said, Durka. I apologize. The best position to use the Odin must be rubble. A triple kill, and the round already secured, more or less. He's still going.
He is still going. He wants to almost just completely shut them down. And while the remaining players are also tagged up, so he would shred them. Like, there would be no hope. You're going to try and make a walk through the B site, but ultimately the only goal here is to just hold on to the guns.
10 seconds left.
No real opportunity for Vitality to find anything more in this one. And they are starting to get shut out of this half. They were 5-0 up in the lead. It looks like Fnatic are getting closer and closer to equalizing.
I don't typically enjoy it, but it does happen to me.
Okay.
Let me tell you that. The rank stacks can be tough at times. Vitality, lots of weaknesses in this round. 2 Sheriffs and a Ghost. It won't be easy to take these battles. And the Showstopper is back online for Fnatic. So a safety net to fall back into, and this might not even be the round they look to use it. For Vitality, they've tested the extremities of the map. Now they try to test the middle, but the lands between aren't any easier to conquer, as they're soon to find out. Hiro the first to take him down. Now,
well,
they might even concede the space.
Yeah, the only positive of Trex going down is that his rifle is now insane. That's the only thing I've got. Not the start they were looking for. And again, it's a switch up. You've had these super passive rounds. Now you have another where you've just got Durka massively aggressive with that Odin, but also has a showstopper to back him up. And instead, they're going to try and pressure onto Chronicle. Runner's done well. Able to isolate that opener. He'll get the information of where the remaining players are as well, and that will mean things are safe to plant.
30 seconds left.
Safe doesn't seem happy with that. He's fighting right into them. The flash is perfect. The kill to follow even better, but he's still going. He's still committing to the fight. Boaster's down, and now the Odin desperately trying to root him from position. Will do so, but there's a few more players here. That might not bother Durka, but the paranoia certainly will. He's sent back. Showstopper used though. Here comes the space take. Good shot, but he doesn't get Sender, the player who could take him down. That was close. Well, Hiro has some info. He knows where one of them are, but Runner's going to be a little bit more difficult to find. He spotted him. The information doesn't come at a cost, but the time ticking low is really the concern. Finding these fights will be difficult. Oh, I thought Sender backed around the corner. He was on the ramp, still a chance. Hiro, he's pulling out the shorty. What a try! 4 HP, a narrow margin, but just enough for Vitality.
A few pieces missing here in the last round. Safe. It's going to be avoided. This has happened a couple of times. Oh, I get flashbacks when Alpha's standing behind that box. He survives this time. Didn't kill him. No idea how. Definitely should have died. You've also got the Nightfall ready and set up. It's going to be used as a counter. And Boaster's now looking to come in from behind. I don't even know if they would have heard anything. Runner, in fact, forced back, and he's down.
Yeah, Vitality have to fight forward with their back. Now giving up. Scrapping straight towards Alfajer, but the support from Sender's enough after the first few shots not landed and difficult to get around here with the operator. Türk is hoping they push him, make a mistake, but Vitality don't need to press forward, although they might need to press backwards in a moment. Türk is staying alive, puts the pressure on. They have to split the retention. Not anymore. Down to a stinger, and down to the shorty. Okay, okay! Got a little bit too close, but time was already quite far gone. Fighting for some control of Rubble, but what that indicates to us, definitely, is that this squad wants to take control, maybe even a kill, or force those players back, and afterwards, take it in the other direction. At least that's my assumption. See how they follow through with.
Definitely playing with a lot of sound cues. I guess the other thing as well is, when you don't have the utility on that side of the map, you want to hold on to it. So you've got the turret that will watch towards B, while Alpha is still alive, but there's nothing to really hold unless he sits within the middle. So it means that they keep that control. They have now doubled back, but it hasn't really pulled any form of rotation. Still got plenty of utility to play with. Runner trying to hold them back a little bit further. Spike dropped. He now knows that the rest of the team are going to be running in his direction and even using that cam to slow them a little more. Fnatic are running out of time.
15 seconds. Looks like they're shifting attention towards the broken door, but there's a nade waiting for them. That will run the clock even lower. Give the spike, and we'll see how long Safe can hold on to it for. Just a few more seconds will be enough, and I think he's already done it, certainly with the support of Trex. Runner just needs to survive, and he's running for the hills. Alpha doesn't even get the kill, and if he did, it wouldn't matter anyway. 8-5.
4 doesn't seem like that much.
No. Certainly a manageable gap. That's not the best of opening duels for Fnatic. Türk has gone through. Trap was destroyed, but so was he. With Alfajer trying to take space on the other side, he certainly didn't find a wide open sight. Vitality have not been overreacting. They've not been leaving any blank spots so far in his early days on the defense. I like what I'm seeing. It's a round where Fnatic don't have much to work with, and, well, even less now. Just 2 classics left floating about, and a quick triple swing should put this one to bed. Not quite the Andalucia flawless, but close enough, and a pistol's all that's lost. Really trouble. Runner does well to do a bit of damage, but he's dropped off rip. Safe is isolated and taken down easily. Trex tried to step in to help, but oh, that has not gone the way of Vitality. 2 players left. The other side of the map, locked out. The question of damage comes into play for Fnatic. This is a 1 round.
He's already going to have Showstopper as well. That plant will allow Türk to have that. I don't expect him to use it in this round. There are 2 players left, unless he really wanted to try and just flex. And, well, he's added another kill anyway, even without having that Showstopper. To say that it's not been the best map so far from Fnatic wouldn't be surprising, but Türk, I believe that's already maybe his 20th kill. Like, he really has been fragging off the chains, and, well, you mentioned in the last round, wasn't quite that smart to disappear off your face.
So you don't understand, Tom. I've talked to you a lot about Killjoy with an Outlaw. Playing with the turret, it does 10 damage, 12 typically, and then you're able to swing in and knock him down. In this case, Sender is the turret. He's a human turret.
Oh, I'm sure he'll love that. I'm sure no one would take that in a bad way, would it?
He'll love it.
Sender, you're just like a turret.
You're
you
like
know,
a
just
turret.
like Timmy the turret. You're doing like 15 damage with a load of bullets.
Trex's turret. I love it. Oh, Vitality, they won't get the combat towards A, so we won't see that terrible combination. Instead, it is very much going to be a concentrated C hit coming from Fnatic with Showstopper to lead the way.
Thing is, they've already backed out of there. Although I will say, Runner is a little bit closer than I was expecting. Not going to take any damage in the end as the wrong corner was chosen. Nade goes over the top and actually could do far more. Instead, though, Durka, he really is just playing for his life. He's taken over this round. Well, the Outlaws at least got 1. Mitch might have a slight smile, but Trex is now just trying to run away to hold on to that Odin. To be honest, it doesn't seem like anybody's stopping Durka at this point.
No. It very much doesn't. He is on fire. 9-7, locked in with this save. I will say, Trex, we loved his utility on a Sova. It's been fantastic there, but grabbing a kill on the Outlaw, immediately picking up the Odin and going to save. Teams single-handedly win it again and again. Haunt, even if it marks them completely, they're in positions where Trax can't wallbang them. He can't find the kill, you know.
Also, he's the one throwing it, obviously, as he is the Fade. That's where it becomes a little bit more difficult to react quickly enough. Runner under pressure again. He doesn't have much to play with. Nade on him. He's getting spammed to oblivion. There was no way he was surviving in that scenario. Safe, though, is going to go running in. He's going to try and hit the shot, and he does. Takes out one. He's actually popped the showstopper as well. Wants a little bit more. He's trying to take this round home. Instead, though, Fnatic are backing away. There may be 3 players within this site, but that's actually all right for Vitality. It's a chance to pick up some guns. Timing good for Sender. Puts it into a 2 versus 2, but bear in mind the Safe is desperately low. And Fnatic are going to go all the way to the other side of the map.
Yeah, look for a second like we might have Trex there in time, but he's a little bit late, lagging behind, looking for a lurk up through B. That's going to give Fnatic the space to at least plant this spike. Safely set up for their post plants. Alfajer not quite taking safety into account. He's looking for the head peek. He wants to catch him on the way in, and that's it. That's the round sealed. There's no way Safe goes for this. With 5 HP and a Guardian, maybe there is. And he's missed the shot. Now, no, he's still going. He's still fighting. Fair play. He believed in himself, but, well, the result swings to
side to see that there's
right?
plenty they could do. It seems like they might not need it. They really are putting the pressure on Runner. That seems to be the plan over the last few rounds, is try and pinpoint this man, but he started off well, taking out the danger man of Durka. As you said, a plant here for Chronicle would be big, but it doesn't seem like he's going to be the one with the spike. Currently in Hiro's hands, and he is in an aggressive position. 3 players already up close.
There.
He's going
and now they're realizing, yeah, there you go, finally. It took a long time for Chronicle to get there, but now he can try and throw in that Viper's Pit. The stun, though, is immediate. They're going to try and pressure him straight off the bat, but he's not won that duel. Safe is down. Even still, the spams have worked, and now it's left all onto Chronicle to clutch, and the retake is clean. 4 players surviving for Vitality. They'll be the first to hit double digits.
That great angle by Sen.
Up. A lot of utility is going to be expended to hold on to that initial control of Rubble. The fact is, though, Fnatic really seem dedicated to just pushing Runner to the limits. Already an immediate rotation. In fact, it looks like the entirety of Vitality have already shifted away from that A site.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's enough utility being thrown into C that gives it away, and the ult even more so for Vitality. Yeah, they've managed to back off just enough, and Trex has one of his own. Nightfall about to be thrown in, and this is where the big blitz play comes in. Sender has an ultimate, but it's not going to be used. Instead, they're focusing on pushing through this choke point. Safe again down to 5 HP, now down to 1 with the C's. And in a little bit of trouble if he takes a fight. The wall bangs, the sprays, not quite catching them though. Vitality still not pushed all the way up to the spike, only now rounding the corner. Time starting to tick down, and with deep post plans for Fnatic and some utility, all they look to do is hold this one out. Haunt still available for Hiro, and it's Runner left in a 1v4, destroying the util. They know where he is, and it's an easy follow through for Fnatic. This was simple. They get him.
Or maybe just have him there looming in the darkness, almost like the Undertaker, just like stood behind you like, you better be careful.
Oh, you had a bad day today, huh?
But either way, he will be with them for Champions. I think that's a great opportunity for someone so talented. We'll see, though. In this matchup, as said, the winner claims a spot in the final. For Fnatic, they've always had the number of Vitality, a team that they've been consistently beating. But I said that about Na'Vi, and while Vitality have already beaten a couple of demons, Heretics being one of them, to make it to Champions. Now, that grand final, just a map away. Well, a map and a bit.
Yeah, still need to close this one out. And it could be a long enough road, especially with some weaknesses, well, mostly nothing but weaknesses, let's say, in this round for Vitality. Pistols, SMGs, and a Guardian. Rolling Thunder one away. Sender has ult, but I don't think they'll be able to pull the win from the shadows. For Fnatic, a very patient start. Utility removed on C. Prowler put in. Pressure applied. The lurk out on A. Waiting for an opportunity to pick someone off. You know, I thought it was going to be a silent lurk, but Bo's just kind of giving it away with a few of those Odin shots rattling off. Stun is good. Nade is good. Damage is fantastic. And it's a free kill for Safe. They've got Chronicle too. This is looking doable for Vitality with time low. They've got to push straight through the smoke. And look where Kix is repositioned to. It's gorgeous from Kix. The Spectre in this round, the highlight. And sure, you'll grab 2 with the Odin. And listen, I applaud you, Boaster. But the time is already gone. 11 on the board for Vitality with a pay safe card Thrifty.
Of this so far, he's going to be deep over on this C control, and they could just lock down half of the map. Bear in mind, this has been a spot that Fnatic have regularly switched back to. This time, though, it looks like B is the point of call.
Yeah, and lockdown very much being saved for post-plant. That's a very dangerous tool for Fnatic to have at their disposal. Durka rounding this smoke. He's seen him, but the shots don't land. The gap is too narrow, and now he's in trouble. Pressured and pushed down upon. Boaster grabs one at least in return, and Hiro does the same. Okay, it goes from bad to worse then for Vitality. Disadvantage plus kick super low. Operator for Safe. There's the shot onto Hiro. But they've realized the rotations have come through. Back to the C-side they go, but so does Safe. He's blasted his way in just in time. Ult from Sender towards the back of the site, and that's the spike drop. Problems brewing for Fnatic. Alfajer sat with his lockdown and no chance to use it. Late lurk, though. That's what he's buying time for, hoping that Chronicle can find the impact. But he's watched the leg shot, not enough to take him down. 5 HP, and the door opens yet again, moving back to the B site. Post-plant lockdown could come into play. Oh, in fact, all the way to A, and that's the right play. They'll get a free plant with Chronicle left out to make use of this 5 HP by... well, I was going to say stabbing them in the back. Instead, it's going to be full frontal assault.
Last it's the 1-for-1. That was both low HP players gone, but it's the confidence that left into Alfajer. The one gap, the one risk is that door. But once he hears any form of drop, any form of sound, even the smoke, it's enough for him to just try and buy the time. For Sender, the goal was to maybe try and get that one to half, but he has no choice but to try and fall back, hold at least for a little bit longer. And that's the thing, the time is now already going to be ticking fairly fast. He needs to get this one to half fairly quick, and it's not going to be happening. Alfajer, a safe pair of hands when it comes to the clutch gun. It's the extra money that they got from that Thrifty win that will give them a few extra rifles in this one. Now, Safe is one off a showstopper. Careful. There are still possibilities in this round, although so is Durka. They've already taken an awful lot of control. It's not something that's really been available to be fought for. Safe is going to try and just get up in their face. This man in rounds like this will love to take a risk, and now they're starting to pincer in. Trex has already managed to get one, but they've spotted Safe. They've spotted him fighting, and Durka has managed to win at least the initial battle. But Safe is still standing. Low HP, though, and tagged just that little bit lower. With Spike under their control, Fnatic may not know that both players currently sit within this B side, but they're waiting for the repeat from Safe. And now the only man standing in their way is Runner.
The wall's even covered Chronicle as he falls back towards the door. Wall down, and that's his peek from the left. Beautiful stuff. Gorgeous round from Chronicle. And this is what I'm talking about, just the value that you get from having that Viper. First of all, at the start of the round, it's used, but they're a bit hesitant to go for it. Boaster's created some space. Now sitting down in the spawn, and it's not fired upon. The gamble is wrong, and Vitality now reinforcing the C site. But we've seen a number of times Fnatic willing to go back. They're not going back. Not this time. Showstopper of their own.
I think Durka's going to end up getting caught. I think he's hoping to try and chase them down, and he will at least claim the spot. This is somewhere that Vitality love to fight from, and they themselves are going to try and push this back. The thing is, look at the investment into ultimates. Counter Nightfall to try and grab that little bit of extra space. And there is a gap around the side of the pit that they might be able to sneak through, but just look at where Alfajer is watching. He is waiting on that edge to try and watch anybody, but they are aware of it. Trades back, keeping things even for now, but Chronicle's pit is still standing. He's in a ratty little spot, just holding to make sure that it's never really removed. And they need to clear him. They need to find him, and he's still just lurking within the darkness. Not being spotted by anybody on this Vitality side, and finally looks to strike. Durka may have been dropped, but they still haven't killed Chronicle. They still haven't found Chronicle, who just hides within the pit the entire time. The time already gone, as now Fnatic will take a round. Safe has eliminated everybody, but it means nada.
That much more deadly once you're being decayed down to 1 HP.
Yeah.
A nearly impossible round, and Safe, well, listen, he tried his best. 4 kills, but not enough this time. Not in time. Vitality Well, they've lost the lead at an inopportune time. Fnatic now just one away from taking the map, and despite it being hard fought, it won't be reflected in the scoreline. They got a stun off on a...
Yeah, it was a headshot through the cage from Chronicle. B-side now completely under the control of Fnatic. Only Trek stands hoping to try and maybe get a little bit of information. Kix definitely has a good idea of where Boaster is, but it may not matter. The plant will be coming in. No ultimates to be played with, and they're even looking to potentially try and challenge this guy with just Alfajer sitting so close. Even still, though, right now that time Mitch is already ticking. They need to get a move on.
Alpha's just lobbed a nano at them on the door as well. Insult to injury, further slowing the round, making them walk into the angle of Boaster. And now Kix, well, it's a formality. 13-11. Vitality put up a good fight, but in the end, Fnatic sneak up